All right, so what we're seeing now is the iQniter cardio training software. Really unique software in its capabilities. Again, it's designed by people in the fitness industry for people in the fitness industry. We're about getting the right results, okay? We're about getting people connected, getting them motivated, getting them results. It's as simple as that. We use Sunto hardware, iQniter software, and off you go. At the moment, this is set up for a ride, so you customize this welcome to the ride text. That can be whatever you want. It gives you your training zones. Again, you can customize those, whatever colors. You could do corporate colors, you could do 8 zones, 10 zones, up to you. And a little bit of troubleshooting with the grey heart down here. Making sure people are wearing their belts right, make sure they're fitted, make sure they've got a bit of gel or a bit of water on, make sure their battery's okay. This little indicator to give heads up about what's going on. What I'm going to do is actually select the designer ride that I created in an earlier video. If you haven't seen those, please go back and have a look. You can create custom profile rides or custom profiles for any sort of activity that you'd like to have a class follow and give them that wow experience. The instructor tab pops out. What this allows me to do is access our biking software. The biking software allows you to draw any of those intensity profiles that you've designed in Designer into the iQniter software. Designer is where you design them. Cardio training with biking is how you bring them to life. Click. So just select biking. That'll allow you to bring up all those sessions. So what I've been able to select here is the demo 1 ride that I created in an earlier video. You'll see when I select the demo 1 ride, it gives me my profile along the bottom so I can say, yeah, okay, that's the one I created. Again, today we've got a very cycling-centric example. This profile could be for any intensity profile class that you wanted to run, whether that's CrossFit, group fitness. Okay, so think outside the box. The software is called biking, but what we're seeing it used more and more for is every application outside of the indoor cycling room. Select OK. What that does is load my session into the software. If I minimize the instructors tab, I'll just give you a quick run through on what you're seeing. So you've got the welcome to the ride information, intensity zones as we discussed, and the troubleshooting information. Along the bottom is the complete ride, the complete session. This top section where my cursor is now is that first step, first stage. Then this cursor is going to move along. It'll show the bike position, the maximum intensity that should be hit for this step, and the timer will count down for the duration of this step. To the right, it has the name of the ride, the maximum percentage heart rate that will be hit for the stage, and the duration of the stage in total. Again, the idea behind this concept is to visualize the road ahead, visualize what you're about to do in the class. So it allows you to hit the right training load at the right time. Okay, it's not always about being hard and going harder. You want some light and shade in your training, that's going to give you the best results. Down the bottom left, you just have a group timer for the session. You'll see along the bottom some icons. Now, if you saw the earlier videos, I added a couple of videos to my profile. That's the camera here and the camera on the second last stage. The X's just indicate that, look, little reminder, you didn't have any media on this stage, so don't expect anything to show up. I'm going to get rid of this information toggle. Going to open up, bring in some participants, and we can start to have a bit of a ride. Just edit this bit out, Donnie. Okay, so we've got some riders on board. In the tile at the moment, you've got their nickname, calorie burn, percentage of max heart rate. You can come in and actually change what's displayed on the tile. So you see there I've added exertion index, which is the scale of 1 to 5 in this example. Or you could just have one KPI, percentage of max heart rate. That's up to each facility, but it gives you options to customize. What I'm going to do is press play. As an instructor, all you would have done is log in to your biking account, select the session, press the unlock button, press play, and the session begins. Now, what's going to happen is immediately you'll see the Sunto video that I included as part of my designer profile. Okay, it's going to talk about... Just going to mute that one just so it doesn't echo for us. It talks through this video and this example, but you could have whatever you want here, whether it's an in-house video, some external marketing, or something just to take people away. Okay, I really like the idea of a video at the start of a session because generally people have come from a busy day, busy morning, big day ahead, allows them to escape, focus on what's ahead and go from there. Looking at heart rate tiles is great, but it does also get a little bit boring. So it allows you to have variation within the session. Again, with iQniter, you can include video and you can also include media files for sound only. So you don't have the video displayed, you just have your music synced up to this ride. Across on the right toggles here, you also have some options. So if you wanted to cut the video, just to say, okay, people, we're coming up to the end of this step. Are people on the green zone? Excellent, you are. Well done. Video back on. That's in the instructor's control. Really cool feature of iQniter is that this instructor's panel along the right side of the screen does not appear on the group screen. And I'll just highlight that down the bottom between the instructor panel and the group screen. The group screen is a very clean cut. Just imagine it without this right side panel. And it doesn't display any of the cue cards or anything like that that pops up for the instructor. We're coming to the end of the first stage here, so the video is going to wrap up. You also have the option of cutting the music out if you want. That's also going to cut out the video, toggle back on. So even if there is video or music file overlaid in the background, the instructor still has ultimate control of having it on and off just to create that wow factor, okay? It's never going to be expected what's about to appear next. You'll see at the top, the stage is about to change. So now we're into some intervals. You'll see that, we labelled that earlier, intervals. The step, countdown timer, 20 seconds left. So now as an instructor, you can sit there and go, okay guys, 15 seconds left, push, 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 push. I want to be at 84% by the end of this step. Let's go. Everyone's heart rate tiles are buzzing away there. And at the bottom again, it's about that visualization of what's ahead. So they know, okay, instantly, I've got the 4 intensity efforts now. I'm going to get a bit of a recovery and then we go into the ride. The session's been going for 2 minutes 57 at the moment. Down the bottom here, we have group calories. So again, great little tool for helping motivate everyone as a whole to say, come on, let's get 500, let's get 1,000, let's get 2,000, let's challenge ourselves. Remember last Wednesday, we got 2,500, let's beat that. Get everyone working together, get everyone working on the same page at the same intensity for the best results. One of the really cool things about percentage max heart rate is that it evens the playing field. So even if you have an elite rider and a novice rider, or an elite crossfitter and a novice crossfitter, levels of playing fields, everyone's 72% will be 72% for them. Quite simply, that is a session profile of Designer running within the iQniter software. Hopefully you've been able to see how it's created, some of the capabilities of this software and how you could implement it at your facility. One last thing I just wanted to touch on before I leave you is the ability to use the Designer software without iQniter in the class, okay? For that, I'm just going to quickly flick back into our Designer software. To do this, so say you're an instructor, you like this software, you like the idea of creating a session, you like the idea of sharing that with friends or sharing that with other instructors. Couple of really cool things here. You can come in, this is free software, you can design your ride and you can actually look here at your intensity profiles. So even though this isn't then played back in class necessarily, you know by following your ride notes, you're going to be hitting the right intensities for that class. So that's, I think, really a valuable little freebie from this software. The other cool thing is that there's this print feature. If you come down to the print button here in the sessions, so I'm just going to minimize these other two tabs to make it a little bit more obvious. So you see where my mouse is now over the print. If you click on that, it's going to load up a PDF file for you. This PDF file can be printed, saved, shared. Comes up with the name of your ride, comes up with who created it, the duration, exertion index, overview of the ride in terms of heart rate zones, cue cards, and that other information. It breaks down each stage into the exertion, the duration, position on bike. So you can start to think, okay, well, how could this be used? Well, you could print it off and take it into class if you're that way inclined. You could share it around. You could do professional development. You could challenge people to go away, create classes, come back to professional development classes or weekly, monthly staff meetings. And, well, what have you come up with? Challenge each other. Get creative. Just another little feature of the designer software. So I'm going to close out of that. Just going to go back into the instructor panel for cardio training. You see the rides progressed along. Within the software, there's lots of other features like scores and gamification. We're not going to touch on that today. We have been through a lot. If you have any questions, contact details will be at the end of the video. There will be more tutorial videos for the likes of designing CrossFit sessions, small group training sessions, indoor running, endless possibilities. And hopefully you've enjoyed these sessions, so thanks for your time. Yep.